I got some questions online about our solar setup, and I'd like to answer them for you guys. Somebody asked if we're on the grid, and no, we're off grid. Yes, this house is connected to the grid, but the solar setup isn't connected to the house or the grid itself. It runs independently, and we just plug in whatever we want to run off of the power cable that comes out of the inverter. The reason we do that is because the power company here, if you register it through the power company, they jack your rates up kind of a lot. So in order to avoid that, we just don't involve any of them, and we run it independently off of batteries. Somebody asked, why is it so cheap? Because in our area, it's about $2 and something cents per watt of power if you're going to have it installed. We're paying something like 83 cents a watt. It's because we're using used panels, and we did the installation ourselves. The used panels are from Santan Solar, and they're probably from like buildings that they had to take down. So instead of it being like 240 watts, it's maybe 220 watts is what each panel produces. So I think in the middle of the day, instead of getting 2.8 kilowatts out of the panels, we might get 2.5 or 2.3. And that's just how it's going to go for used panels, but they're something like $44 each. Do I have any regrets, or would I change anything? Well, not really any regrets. I wish I'd put it in earlier. The only thing I would want to do now is add another battery, so it has a little more capacity, because we can only run the AC here for a handful of hours before it drains the battery, because we only have one. Full solar setup, you'd want to have a handful of them, and usually the batteries are thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But these batteries are only something like $650 each, which is great as far as budget conscious is concerned. And it's exactly the system I would set up if we went fully off grid.